Are you looking for a space where you will learn to improve your mental strength, emotional health, and heal your insecurities from the inside out? Take the first step to living a more meaningful life with the Better Me with Body by Bree podcast. I'm your host, Bree. I'm a certified personal trainer, entrepreneur, and mother of 3. I've helped empower thousands of women to take action through fitness, nutrition, meditation, personal development, and aligning thoughts with action. This podcast is for those who are ready to feel inspired and motivated to live a more purposeful life. Let's grow together. Are you one of those people who start a fitness program and never follow through? Or do you say to yourself, I have literally tried everything and nothing works for me? Well, in this episode, I talk about the 3 reasons you are not able to stick to your fitness program and how you can actually see results that are sustainable. Let's get started. All right, friends, here we go. I have been a trainer for over 11 years now, and I have seen everything in the book. I've heard it all. I've had every type of client. I have trained over 5,000 people, you guys. I have heard it all. So let's talk about it. We're going to get deep into the 3 reasons you are not able to stick to your fitness program. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1 is you do not have an end date for your cut. So this might sound foreign to some people, and I've actually gotten stuck in this trap as well, where let's say you want to lose 20 pounds, right? Well, then you do your cut or your deficit or your diet, whatever you want to call it, and you start out and maybe it takes longer than you thought. So you're in like maybe 3 months of trying to lose these 20 pounds, or maybe it's 5 pounds. It could be 10 pounds, right? Whatever you're trying to lose. So you cut super low, and then it takes longer than you thought, or you're so low that you actually start maybe binging on the weekends, or you're not able to stay consistent. So then you're in this like awkward phase where you're kind of in, kind of out, but you constantly feel like you're dieting. And that is the worst place to be. I swear it is. I've been there before. I had tried to lose 10 pounds for a year after I had my 3rd baby. I know the feeling. And I'm just worn out. Like, it gets you so worn out. You feel like you're constantly dieting. So a lot of women will not actually place an end date. Instead of saying, when I lose 20 pounds, then I'll stop dieting. A better way to do it is you actually set an end date. So you say, okay, I'm going to be in a deficit for 8 to 12 weeks. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you could do like 15 weeks. But so maybe, 3 to 4 months, you will be in a deficit. And then after that time, no matter where you're at, you reverse out, because you have to give yourself a deadline. The reason why is because your metabolism will adapt. So if you've been in a deficit for longer than a couple months, what happens is your metabolism adapts to that new low. And then if you want to see any other results after you've hit your plateau, you can't go lower. You're already at the lowest that you can go. So then to adapt, you're like, okay, I got to go lower. Maybe you're eating 1,200 calories, maybe 1,100, maybe 1,000 calories, and your body just keeps adapting. That is a very, very bad place to be, and that's not what you want. So instead, set your time frame. Maybe it's 12 weeks, maybe it's 8 weeks, and hunker down and go all in. And you don't cheat, and you don't go, binge on the weekends. You decide, this is my time to lean out. And you are very dedicated and consistent to that time. And it helps you to be more focused, because I only have 8 weeks. I have to hunker down for 8 weeks, right? Then after that 8 weeks, you're going to reverse out. You'll reverse back to maintenance. And if you do it correctly, you should not gain weight when you reverse out. So you're going to up your calories just a little bit, back to maintenance, and you'll stay there for a few months so that your body, your metabolism can recover, so that your mentality can recover, because dieting definitely is a mental game. And when you're in maintenance, you're happy. Like, you're not hungry, you're not working so hard, you're just at maintenance, and it's great. You have balance, you can fit treats in. So that's a great place to be. So you want to be there for a few months. If you still have more progress to make, Then you can cut again after a few months of being at maintenance and your body has not adjusted to that new low. You're at way higher calories. Maybe you're at 2,000 calories now. So your cut could start at 1,700 calories. That's way better than having to go down to 1,200, right? So that's why it's so important to have an end date. Now, one thing I do want to say is if you're still seeing results by, let's say, week 8 comes around and you're not hitting a plateau and you're still seeing results, technically you can keep going because your body's responding. So listen to your body. Once you hit the plateau and you're as low as you want to go, reverse out. It's so much better and so much healthier for your body. You'll be so glad that you did. If you need help reversing out, I can definitely help you with that. Remember, that's what I do for a living. Okay, number 2, your diet is too restricted. So if you don't like the food, you will not be consistent. So let's say I like carbs, I would never do keto. Or if I do really hard workouts in the morning, I would not want to do intermittent fasting because I won't have any strength for my workouts. And I'll feel lightheaded when I come home and I don't fuel my body. I'm not properly recovering and I'm not properly repairing my muscle. So that wouldn't be a very good diet for me. Now remember, if you are white knuckling it, you will not be successful. You cannot white knuckle it through your diet. It's going to be so hard for you. And if you can't live your life and you feel like it's taking over, then eventually you will give in. So you have to be realistic with this. Like, what can I realistically do for, 8 to 12 weeks? That is a long time, okay? You can't do something that's so restrictive that after 2 weeks you want to give up. And that's where you're going to have to use your intuition and really sit down and write out, like, can I do this diet? The solution is I would suggest that you don't do a program that you know you might fail at. Like I said before, keto or intermittent fasting or anything that is too restrictive and makes you eat foods that you actually don't like. So let's say you have to do, maybe a trainer puts you on a competition diet because they competed and they saw great results from it. So they're like, you know what, I'm going to have you eat egg whites and oatmeal for breakfast. You're going to eat rice and chicken for lunch. You're going to eat ground turkey and sweet potatoes for dinner and a protein shake before bed. And you're going to do that for 4 months, which I have seen plenty of coaches do. That's just not realistic. You're not going to stick with that unless you're competing and it's like your job, right? So it has to be enjoyable. You have to eat food that you love. That's why I personally love macros, because you can include foods that you love. You can include that cookie. You can eat cottage cheese. You can eat, whatever sounds good to you. I always tell my clients 80% whole foods and then the other 20%, if you want to have fun foods in there, like you have to be able to stick to it long term. Because 8 to 12 weeks is a long time to be consistent. Number 3, you have unrealistic expectations. Most women will make a timeline for their goals, but unfortunately, we cannot decide how fast or where our body loses weight. So they might say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks, but that unfortunately might not happen. And you might be seeing amazing changes, but if your goal was to lose 20 pounds, but maybe you lost 10 inches off your body, but you only lost 5 pounds, you'll feel like a failure because you're like, well, my goal was 20, I only lost 5. But you might discount that you lost 10 inches off of your body. Maybe you lost 5% body fat. Maybe you're building muscle and losing fat and you have so much energy and you sleep better and you have better digestion and you have more confidence and you're stronger mentally, but all you're focusing on is that 20 pounds. So you have to have realistic expectations because honestly, it takes time to lose fat and build muscle. It takes a long time, longer than people want or like to admit. So the problem is that they'll quit before their body actually has time to respond. And instead of focusing on the result, I suggest that you focus on your input and what you can control. And then you will feel successful because you did what you said that you were going to do. So that's the solution. The solution is, instead of like putting so much pressure and weight and judging your success on the outcome, you're judging your success on your input, your daily habits, your daily mental wins, your maybe your floor expectations. So like I always say, it's called make a floor ceiling and a goal ceiling. Or sorry, make a floor goal and a ceiling goal, because then you're successful. Like, I am successful if I move my body for 10 minutes a day. As long as I do that, I am a success, right? And it helps build confidence with yourself, and it helps you so that you have higher motivation and more willpower and drive. So let's recap. We have 3 reasons you're not able to stick to your fitness program. Number 1, you don't have an end date. Number 2, it's too restrictive. And number 3, you have unrealistic expectations. So what I want you to do is do a quick little self-evaluation. I want you to see where you're at and maybe what you can improve on some of these, because if you have a hard time sticking to a plan, this is probably why. And if you need help, remember, I'm here to help with my 8-week training programs. I would love to teach more on this. I'm very passionate about helping women get in shape the right way. And I take more of a holistic approach, which means that I focus on your mind and your self-love and your emotional capacity, as well as your physical health. So it's more of a holistic approach, so that my clients, like, you can go see, they keep their weight off for 2 years. Like, they have changed their lifestyle, and that's comes from the inside out. So these little habits will help a ton. They'll help your mentality. They'll help you so you don't get burnt out. And I know that they've helped me a lot as well as a trainer. So let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. I appreciate your reviews more than you know. If you like this episode, please subscribe and review it and share it. I appreciate that, and I love you guys, and I will see you back here next time.
Thank you for joining us in today's episode. If you liked the content and want to hear more, remember to hit that subscribe button and write a review. As a small business owner, I appreciate it more than you know. If you are looking for a program to help with self-confidence, to lose weight, get in shape, and work on your mental, physical, and emotional health, check out my training programs on www.bodybybree.com. My team and I help to hold you accountable through the Body by Bree app, where you log in to see all your workouts, custom meal plan made specifically for you and your needs, and communication through the messenger. You are never alone when you're on the Body by Bree training program. Click the link in the show notes to get more information on how to transform your life from the inside out.